Hi, welcome back. On my last video, I was talking about the PS14KX pyramid regulated power supply. So what I've done with this, I've changed my thoughts on how I'm going to use this. And what I've done is I've hooked this up to run my Road Talker 40 SSB radio. And I've also hooked up another power supply to, I've hooked the power supply up to a auxiliary outlet so I can power my other radios also. I have several others with cigarette lighter adapters, so I thought if I want to hook those up, I could just plug them directly into that and run the Sears Road Talker permanently off of this. My original plan, this arrived in the mail today. It's another pyramid, but I guess they also go by pile. And it's the P58KX 6 amp power supply. And I had hooked this up to my Sears Road Talker 40 SSB, and it worked pretty nicely for a while. And then I was getting some horrible feedback through the speaker when I would transmit in it. So I turned it off, turned it back on, went away for probably about 20 seconds and started doing it again. And as time went on, it got worse. So I thought, you know, my radio's never done that before. So I thought, well, maybe it's the power supply. So I took that off and hooked it back up to the 12 amp pyramid, and everything was good again. Then it got me to thinking maybe it was my radio was drawing too many amps. So I thought I'd do a video here on how to check how much amps your radio draws. And how we're going to check this is, on my Road Talker, I have a fuse holder here that I pulled the fuse out, and you can see the two connections in here, and we're going to hook up our volt multimeter, and we're going to put it on 10 amps, and we're going to see what kind of draw the radio does. Now I looked up the Cobra 146 GTL, which is GTL or GTX, I think it's 146 GTL, which is basically the same radio. And according to the original manual, it should draw about 1 amps on receive and 3 amps on transmit. So let's go ahead and power up the power supply and hook up our multimeter. All right, I have my CB turned on to channel 1 AM. And if you look at the voltmeter on receive, we're running about 0.29 or a little over a quarter of an amp. Okay, now we're going to hit transmit, and we're drawing about 2.36 amps. All right, let's go ahead and check out our realistic. Let's give it a test to see what kind of amps it draws. We turn it on, and we have our amp meter set on 10 amps, and we're drawing 0.27, just a little bit over a quarter amp. And let's go ahead and key the mic. Okay, let's try that again. I had it unplugged. Let's key the mic. And we're drawing about 2.16 amps on transmit. All right, so going over my notes here, the Road Talker on receive was 0.29, and the TRC 465 was 0.27. Okay, on the Road Talker on transmit was 2.36, and the realistic was 2.16, which was about, well, 0.2 difference. So they're pretty similar. Maybe the realistic's a little more energy efficient on transmit, but I would say they're pretty similar, even though they're built about 10 years apart. All right, so my verdict on the pile or pyramid, P58KX regulated power supply, 6 amp, it should have been more than sufficient to handle the amperage of the CB radio. This is rated at 6 amps, and we were only drawing at the most 2.36 amps. So it's what I thought. There's something wrong with this one that was causing the noise to feed back through the speaker, which was getting worse. So I'm going to send this back, and I ordered another power supply that's rated at 60 amps, and I'm going to use that for a device I plan to hook up that draws 8 to 10 amps. So I think that would be more than sufficient to handle that. So there you have it. I'm going to send this back to Amazon. Pretty easy. I've done it several times. You just go to a UPS drop-off. You hold up your phone with a barcode. They scan it and ship it back free for you and credit your account almost immediately. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.